Hi, everybody. If you don't know who Pinky Cole is, you've probably been living under a rock. She took a food truck and turned it into the most recognizable brand in the country with Slutty Vegan. She's a best selling author. She's got two books, actually. She's been in Forbes, Black Enterprise, Essence. She's built a community of incredible founders inside the Pinky Effect. And she's the reason I'm sitting here today as the Tech Fairy. Pinky, welcome to Simply Built Digital.
Sequoia, this is your new daytime job, okay? Because you put me on somebody's TV. I love this for you. But hi, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. So, first things first, okay? We've got to talk about the incredible situation that happened yesterday. 1,000 people standing in line for hours to get the world famous Slutty Vegan. How did you pull this off?
First of all, it took me 6 days.
Okay.
And I promoted in 6 days. So for the people who've been following Slutty Vegan for a while, every single year I go on tour. So I had this bright idea to start the tour earlier than normal because I'm like, hey, like I'm just crazy like that, and I want to do stuff different and go against the grain. So my husband, he is friends with a guy named Lou who owns a couple of restaurants in Memphis. Okay, called Smackers. Very popular. It's like the Slutty Vegan of Memphis. And I'm like, hey, I want to do a pop up there. Ask him if I could use his restaurant. And he said, yeah. And in 6 days, I scheduled the first one. And then a week later, I scheduled Michigan, which was yesterday. And when I tell you, it was over 1,000 people there. There
It
were
was
so many people
crazy.
that waited in line for at least 6 hours. It was incredible. And let's be clear, it's a difference between waiting in line and being frustrated and waiting in line and being patient. These people were fellowshipping, they were building community, they were building relationships. Nobody was frustrated. They were having a party. And it made me realize that what I've created is bigger than food. Okay.
Yeah.
I am building community in a way that I've never done it before, and using Slutty Vegan as the vessel. So I'm just so excited about it. When I tell you my feet hurt because every single burger my hand touched, okay, to
Everything.
make sure that every person ate. But I'm happy that it was a success, and I will do it again and again and again. Yeah.
So, what happens behind the scenes for you before you hit a new city?
I literally go online and say, what city would I go to and what city have I not been to? So here's the real strategy behind it. So, you know, the backstory for the people who don't know, literally it's been a year to the date that the 13th is when I lost my company. We went through a global restructure. And for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's an assignment for the benefit of creditors. Okay. And what an assignment for the benefit of creditors is, it's like a baby bankruptcy, but it's not, right? It's an out of court legal proceeding process. And that's when an estate comes, the estate takes over your company and basically pay all your bills. They take the assets, they take the debts, they pay off all, they sell the assets so that they can pay the debts. So for 43 days, I didn't own my company. But when I bought my company back, I'm like, okay, I have to get super strategic. So what I did is I got my FDD done, and that's a franchise disclosure document. And I did that so that I could be able to award franchisees to people in different states. So I said, ding, 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 Pinky, you're a genius. Utilize the tour as a marketing engine to drive traffic to my franchise portal to vet out people who are interested in owning their own Slutty Vegan. Instead of having to pay for ad dollars, I can do
Mm.
guerrilla marketing by winning twice. I win twice because I, three times actually, it's a good marketing driver for the brand itself, right? Secondly, I get to make money. And then third, I drive interest for people who want to be a franchise owner in that specific state. And that's really how I came to doing this time around. And what I did is, because you know, we love talking about marketing, Sequoia. What I did
Yeah.
is I created handbills. Like when you go to a play, I created handbills.
Mm.
So every person that stood in line, they got a handbill that said, we are franchising. Scan the QR code. So now I'm capturing the data. Plus, I'm also piquing the interest of people who want to open up a Slutty Vegan. And then I have a retractable banner at the top. So if you forgot to scan the QR code, you get to do it again before you come in and be called a slut. So it just works. Like it just goes together. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love that so much. Do the different markets require something different from you, or is this like a predictable, repeatable process that you can do from market to market?
I can do it from market to market, literally. Like it's wash, rinse, and repeat. And when I think about 2.0 in my company, I do incredibly well on tour. I make a lot of money on tour. Um, and the good thing for me is I always have viral moments every time I go on tour because you got to imagine I get between 600 to 1,000 people every single time. Right? Yesterday was 1,000 people. If even if I had 15% of those people posting that they're at Slutty Vegan, tagging, hashtagging they're at Slutty Vegan, I that's $100,000 in marketing value that I didn't have to pay for. You understand what I'm saying? So like the literally it's a win-win for everybody because the people get to experience vegan food in a way that they've never seen it before. I get to continue to market and expand my brand and show people that I have a proven concept that people love because there is a cult following, and it gets investors and potential franchisees excited and attracted to the brand.
And people get to get called the slut, said Jamari in the comments.
Yes, you get to be called a slut. Okay. And slut is really like, hey girl. Like, hey,
Yes.
okay, it's a term of endearment.
It's super
Okay.
different. Exactly.
Yes.
So, for the people who are watching who haven't built the Slutty Vegan brand, what do you suggest for them to get started if they want to do a live event?
If they want to do a live event, a slutty vegan live event.
Just a live event in general for their own brand.
Oh, if you want to do a live event, first of all, you need to have a well-equipped team. Okay, none of this is possible without having a good team. So what I do is I'm very specific when I'm having a traveling event. So let's say you own Sequoia. Sequoia's is a fast casual restaurant that sells that sells fried chicken. Okay, right?
Sounds
Sequoia's.
good.
I'm going to
Sounds good.
Sequoia's. That's good, right? Sequoia's is a viral brand, and you sell one product and you sell fried chicken, but your key is the sauces. Everybody's coming for the different sauces. It's one chicken, but you can sauce it up with everything. So now everybody want to taste Sequoias. What you need to do is you need to have a three-man. That's you. You need to have somebody that can run operations. And then you need to have somebody that can be on the grill. Those are the people that like really know what to do, grill or the fryer or whatever. Okay. So you have your three people that you bring, the three-man that you bring on the ground. You need to hire at least four people. So if you're doing a restaurant takeover, you need to link with that restaurant and ask if you can borrow their employees, and you pay them at least $15 an hour or whatever, and pay them as a contractor to work in the restaurant for 8 hours. And then you do 1 hour of training and you tell them exactly what it is that you want them to do. Give them a shirt, they wear some black pants or some blue jeans, and you make them sign some paperwork and you inaugurate them into your program. And that's literally how you can do your own pop-ups. But you have to make sure that it's super strategic. What we do is we estimate based on when we're online and we tell people we're having an event, we look at the shares. So if we get like 400 shares, we know at least we're going to get 250, right?
Mm.
So we have to get enough product for at least 250 people. In this sense, we knew that we were going to make money, but we didn't know that we were going to make that much. We literally had to go to the store twice to be able to do that. So you need somebody on your team to always make sure that they're eyeballing how many people are in line, how many people need to be fed, making sure that the experience is good at all times. So team is really critical. That's the first thing. The second thing, you have to do a P&L. Like you have to know, like, what does it cost to do this thing, right? Like how much does it cost to utilize the venue if you're paying for the venue? How much does it cost for flights if you're flying your employees in? How much does a rental car cost? How much does it cost to get this food? What is the return on investment here? How much money am I going to make from doing this event? Is it even worth doing it? Because you can spend $4,000 and putting one of these together and barely break even. That can happen. So you have to make sure that the math be mathing, because the math don't always math, especially if you're top heavy on your staff, if the food is more expensive, if you have to pay a surcharge in gas. So those are kind of like the critical things. And once you kind of get your groove, it really gets easier. Like I just planned my next one today. It took me
We're
an
gonna
hour
we're,
to
we're gonna talk about that.
about it.
We'll
Yeah.
put a pin in it. Okay, so that's such good information. I think the other thing that I noticed, so when you first started marketing, I counted the amount of posts, and you had 5 posts go out, but there was one post that had 250,000 views. Is that a part of your strategy?
Mhm. It's you pay attention. Okay, so what I do is, and this is for anybody who is on social media and an influencer and like really doing content seriously. Every time, if you look at the pattern of the post, I say first that I'm looking for a DJ, tag a DJ. Because I know that if I say tag a DJ, they're going to tag every single person in that specific state. And if they tag every single person in that specific state, that means that person's eyeballs automatically is going to look at the event that's taking place. So ding, 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 marketing driver number one. My second post is, hey guys, I need somebody to do a social media takeover. So in every city that I go to, I get a different social media person. So I choose it as a lottery. So now everybody's in the comments bidding for this RFP that I've created in real time. So now more shares. Just go to my page and look at how many shares each post gets, because they're advocating for somebody that they know to do a restaurant takeover or to be the DJ for the day. But what it does for me is it allows me to spread the word that I'm coming into that specific state. And then think about, who do I want to align myself with when I come there? So those are two ways that I get all of the folks in real time. And then what I do is I'm on the way post. Okay. That on the way post, it's really like a very simple formula. And once you peel back the layers, I do the same exact thing. Okay. And then the day of, I do a line video. Well, actually, before the live video, I take a picture of the front of the building and I say what time it starts. This is about three. I always do it 3 hours before. I'm very strategic with it. 3 hours before. And then so if the event starts at 2 o'clock, 1:55, we have to do a line video. And we do that line video and we capture the entire line. Because in my mind, every single person on social media already anticipates Slutty Vegan to have a long line. They just want to know what city is going to be the longest. So 45 minutes into our event, we post a line video that says the line and so and so, the line and so and so. And then I do my call to action. We are franchising. It's safe to say we need a Slutty Vegan in Michigan, in Memphis. If you want a franchise, go to www.sluttyveganatl.com and inquire within, and our team will reach back out to you. It is very simple, very simple. And I do the same thing over and over again, literally.
Very simple and very strategic, because the other thing I noticed is during the actual event, there were, so you encourage us to post 2 times a day. Okay. There were at least 30 posts yesterday, and at least maybe I would say 10 came from your account.
Mhm.
How are you thinking about the content while you're there?
So the social media person that I have, I'm very strategic. I'm so specific in everything, like down to the music. You cannot have any cursing in the music when I
I
talk to you.
noticed that.
Yeah, I don't play no games, right? Like it needs to feel like a family reunion because my audience is older. My audience is like 35 and up. It's for the grown and sexy, right? It's called Slutty, but it's for the grown and sexy, right? And I want people to feel like they're there in real time. Not, oh, this is what happened. They need to feel like in real time somebody's eating a burger. In real time, somebody's talking about the excitement of being in line. In real time, they get to the front of the line. So those posts are also very strategic because even if you are not there, you there. You know what I'm saying? And people need to feel like they're there, because what I realize is the experience doesn't just have to be physical. You can create a digital experience for people online, especially the day and age we live in. Everybody uses their phone. Everybody is scrolling on their phone. So what I'm doing is I'm marketing for the next site, because now people are going to have pride in their chest and say, "Oh, when they come to my state, I got to make sure that we represent like they did." You understand what I'm saying? Like it is, I'm so strategic with it. And then here's the last thing that I do. This, I'll give you all of the secrets. When I'm finished, I do a post, clothes messed up, food all over me, apron on. That's on purpose. because I want you to see the work that took place. I want you to see the grind. I want you to see that, yes, like we got accolades, we got a lot of awards. It's a very popular brand, but like we're still homegrown, we're still grassroots. The founder is still at the helm, especially in 2.0, because 1.0 I was not. I had other people
Mm.
running my brand and I was looking pretty and being the face, but I gets in that kitchen. Okay. So now you see me with the sauce on my apron and you're not fixing my clothes. You're not I'm showing you real time what it looks like, what it feels like. So you can't do nothing but appreciate the grind. You know what I'm saying? So
That's so good. All the gems. Oh my goodness. I wasn't ready. I'm taking notes and more notes and more notes. And I hope you guys are taking your notes too. All right. So let's go back a little bit because you had a first restaurant that burned down in a fire. How did social media play a role in you coming back from that? Because you tell a lot of stories. You do a very good, very well storytelling on your social media. How does it play a role in how you drive your audience?
well, it's interesting that that part is like super authentic. Um, what I realized, I was just talking to my friend about this the other day. There is a power in being the regular girl. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There is power in being the regular girl and like showing up as you are, like being yourself on and off camera, right? Like, even let's talk about the Pinky effect for a second. Like, I'm very accessible, right? Right.
Mhm.
More than the average person probably would be. But there is power in being the regular girl. Like, so regular. Look at my
The
kids.
kids.
Regular. Being an
The
entrepreneur,
kids.
being an entrepreneur and showing stuff like this when I'm doing interviews, being the regular girl.
Yes.
Let me tell you the power in that. The power is that people can touch, taste, and feel that. They can feel the realness. They say, oh, not only is she an entrepreneur, she's a wife, she's a mother. So we're not just seeing just the pretty side. We're showing my kids coming in while I'm doing interviews. We're showing me running my business and my kids get to follow that. So not only am I inspiring mom CEOs, I'm also inspiring people who have responsibilities. A responsibility could be a job and you're an entrepreneur. Responsibility could be you have a foundation and being an entrepreneur. Responsibility is being a caretaker for your parents and still being an entrepreneur. So I'm showing you that you don't have to eliminate responsibility just because you're an entrepreneur. Like, you got to show the world all of it, right? Because we're not one dimensional as entrepreneurs. As entrepreneurs, you are a lot of things. So most people don't show all sides of that. They just show you the highlight reel, but it is critical to show all things because that's what's real.
Yeah, the authenticity. He's so cute. So when I first came across you, I knew who you were obviously because of Slutty Vegan. But when I first came across you and really leaned in, you were on IG Live and you were saving this girl's protein powder brand, which I ended up buying.
Oh, did you? I love this stuff. It's so good.
So that was the first time I saw you lean in that way. What caused you to kind of like, you've always been the authentic woman, like you just said, but what caused you to start to lean into coaching entrepreneurs?
I just always been like that since I've been younger. Anybody that knows me, especially pre Slutty Vegan, I was Miss Clark Atlanta University pre that. I'm a Delta, like pre that. Like, I just like to help people, and I believe that God has given me a gift. We all have an assignment, and I believe that my assignment from God is to be able to utilize that gift to help other people win. Like, and God, I don't know if you said that, but it just felt right in my spirit. Okay, so I believe, and I know why, because it comes natural to me. So
Mhm.
if the efforts of your assignment come natural to you, I feel like you are walking in the path that you're supposed to be walking in, right? So I really genuinely like to help people. I like to utilize my resources and my platform to help other people win. I like to give people ideas. I can give 1,000 ideas. Like, that is exercising the muscle. I'll do that all day long before hitting the treadmill. I like doing that, right? Like, I like showing people their highest potential. And that is the part that, like, That's why I call myself a sapiosexual. Like I like to think about things and like talk to people who also like to think about things, right? And I just like to see other people win. So when we did that with Just Move supplements, first of all, they're an incredible brand, and we raised like $240,000 in a week in like 6 days.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, in like 6 days, we raised that much money, and then I did a couple other brands, and I just like to do that. And I don't always do everything online. Like there's stuff that I do off camera. Nobody's talking.
He's like,
I
I do not care. You are being authentic.
okay. Don't worry. Okay. I don't always do everything on camera, but like I genuinely like in a perfect world, Sequoia, like my life plan is to one day be able to just focus on philanthropy. That's really what I want to do. Like
Mm,
Slutty Vegan is the vessel that'll take me there, but my philanthropic efforts is the thing that brings me rooted joy. Like that makes me happy, which is why I created the Pinky Effect, right? Like I created it because I know that like there are a group of people that like need an accountability partner. Like they need to be in spaces where they feel safe. Shit, I need to be in spaces where I feel safe. Okay, so
yeah.
I created it for myself, right? But it's benefiting everybody that's a part of it because we all can win together.
So good. I'm glad you said it. And I'm glad you spoke about Pinky Effect. And we'll get into that in just a second because I actually found you on TikTok Live and you are going through a whole bunch of different people and giving them advice on their businesses. And I was like, yes, her. I'm ready. Like, where do I sign up? So I like ran over, found the link, signed up, did the things. And it honestly has been the greatest gift for me as an entrepreneur and just really a person, to be honest. But that said, from TikTok Live, you do lives a lot. Is that the direction you think people should be going in? And what do you think most people get wrong about going live?
But it's funny that you say that. As a new liver, okay? Not only do I think that you should be going live, you should be streaming every single day, right? Um, as much as you can. And what I realized, I tested myself, I did an experiment. And what I did is, hello, mommy's talking. What I did is, I did an experiment where I literally posted probably like 5 to 7 times a day on all channels. And what happened? So what happened is I realized that I unlocked the algorithm. Sequoia, you want a child? Hold on, come here.
I'm just watching it all happen, okay?
This is in real time, Sequoia.
In real time, you guys, in real time. We love the women who have children entrepreneurs. We love the mother entrepreneurs because they have all the patience in the world, okay? Like I babysat for a whole month and said, y'all can have it. So I respect everything you've got going on right now and the patience that you have to deal with it.
Listen, my
So
kids one day gonna grow up like we don't care. My kids don't care who I
So, guys, if you're just tuning in, we are live with Pinky Cole, founder and CEO of Slutty Vegan. We're going over all the secrets for you to understand how to grow and scale your business from a marketing standpoint, how to go live, how to utilize social media as leverage.
am. Okay,
And welcome back. I was in an interlude.
it's so funny. What's so funny is that my kids don't care who I am.
Oh, no, not at all. You are a mommy to them.
They don't care about a tour. They don't care about interviews. They don't care that mommy is a entrepreneur that's influenced all over the world. They don't give a damn. Okay, so it's called hybrid. I'm a hybrid of everything. Okay, I can
Yes.
turn it off, and then be mommy. So what I was saying to you is about streaming. Okay, I did this experiment, and in that experiment, what I realized is that um, you can unlock the algorithm when you go online and have these clipped videos. And I studied the Kai Cenats of the world and what the streamers do on Twitch. So I took what they did and I remixed a little bit, kind of like mostly what they did, but just remixed a little bit. And I stuck to one thing. All I talk about is entrepreneurship and winning. Okay, that's it. All I talk about is entrepreneurship and winning. That is my niche. That is what I stick to. That is all I talk about. And I think that that is the key when you are going live. Find that thing, stick to that thing, talk about that thing. You will build your community around that thing. That ecosystem that you're building will be around that thing. And then you can funnel those people into your online digital community, into your first Tuesday events that you have, your tech Tuesdays. Like, you can funnel these people anywhere you want them to go, but you first have to build that community. And in order to build that community, you have to be visible. We live in a day and age where, like, the seed is growing if you water the seed. How you water the seed is if you are visible. You have to show up. You have to water the soil, okay? You have to cultivate the soil so that eventually it will sprout. If you are not showing up on social media, it's not going to happen for you.
Yeah.
You have, especially if you are selling a digital product. So going on live is critical, especially on TikTok. I especially like TikTok because TikTok is a whole new audience where, like, you don't have to be prim and proper. Like, you can really come as authentic as possible. It's not scripted. It's very natural. Hell, you can be laying down on TikTok live
Bonnet and all.
and all, but that's what they want. They want real. And most of the people who have signed up for my digital community have come from TikTok, from going live on TikTok. And let's not talk about the fact that you can actually monetize from going live. Like, I look at my stuff, like, even just reposts and retweets and going on live, I'm making coin. It may not
Yeah.
be a lot, but I'm making money that can add up incrementally, right? But going on live, building up your audience by way of your true authentic self and building an ecosystem around that one thing and letting that thing flow is critical to being successful online if you want to create a persona online and create digital products and build your wealth in that way.
I agree. I think TikTok is still the best kept secret. I think I started in December because I avoided TikTok like the plague. I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Same.
And then in December, I went and I just started watching people's lives. And then I went and researched the whole coin situation because I was like, what is this? So
Yes.
then once I figured it out, I was like, yo, like I was screaming TikTok from the mountaintops because I was like, so many people do not understand how much value you can extract from this app
Yeah.
because it has intent and it has discoverability. Whereas Instagram, you're kind of talking to the same people over and over. But
Which
if I, yeah,
which
go
is
ahead.
why I actually, in my experiment, I posted less on Instagram and more everywhere
Mm,
else, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. But I did not do it on Instagram because all of these apps, let's be honest, are like your friend group. Okay.
yes.
Like, you got the friend that, like, is sleep at 9 o'clock. Her name is Facebook. Okay, like, she don't really go nowhere, but she gonna be in the house. But she's that trusted friend if you want to go over and sit on her couch and watch a movie, watch Forensic Files. That's the friend that you do that with Facebook. Okay, TikTok is your wild friend. That's the friend that's just outside. They want to party. They still hitting the club. It's just like, people still do this, right? Like, they just want to have a fun. They don't care. They're the cousin that comes to Thanksgiving, and that's the cousin that's loud and rowdy. Okay, but we love TikTok because she keeps the party going. Okay,
Yep.
her. And then we love LinkedIn because LinkedIn is the cool auntie. Okay, LinkedIn is the cool aunt that's just like got the money, got her JD, went to Clark or Spelman, went to a really good school, Hampton, is a sorority girl, okay, and is just very financially responsible. So you need her because she gives you the best advice. Okay,
That's it.
she gives you what you need. Okay, and then Instagram is that millennial that is torn between being young and being old. Like, they're still trying to figure it out, right? Like you're old enough where people are starting to call you auntie and uncle. Okay, but you're young enough to still listen to some music sometimes, but, like, you're still trying to figure out, like, who you want to be in the world. Okay, and sometimes we don't have time for that. Okay, we got to get sure about who we want to be connected to in this friend group. Okay, that
Yeah.
might have went over some of y'all head. All right, but that's a metaphor for life. Okay, so you need to identify who you want to associate yourself with in the friend group. Every single one of these apps can offer you something different, just like your real life friends. So you can pull one thing from here and you can take the other things from here. And when you put it all together, you build an ecosystem. Because what I've learned is there are different audiences for every single one of these apps. Sequoia, you literally just said you couldn't figure out TikTok. All the people that I know are only on Instagram, right? So I
Yep.
said, let me go on Bigo Live. A lot of people don't even know about Bigo Live. Okay. Let me know. Bigo is another app. Okay. That's super big that has a whole extremely different audience from the people who are on Instagram and from the people who are on Facebook. So when you understand and identify that there is different audiences on these apps, you just got to tap into the different audiences, and you can
Yeah.
you want to be in these different audiences. So for example, you can get on LinkedIn. Remember I said you talk about the same thing and build that ecosystem. My
Hmm.
energy may be a little tad bit different on LinkedIn because I understand the tone and the climate. And then when
Yeah.
I go on Facebook, it may be a little still all the same thing, but it may be a tad different sometimes. Still common thread, common denominator, but I understand my friend group. And when you understand your friend group, you can be successful online.
That's so good. So, so, so good. Okay, speaking of friend groups, we have a friend group called the Pinky Effect. It started as a community and now it is a friend group. It is a sorority. I think who are we? We
He
E5E.
fighting. That's our new tag. Who are we? He fighting. Okay.
We need a call like y'all got with the Deltas, okay?
Listen, remember.
Oh goodness. But yes, you decided to build that on school. Why school?
I actually liked school because I saw it online, and I saw a lot of testimonials about people who actually built institutions on school that were user friendly. And school has its pros and its cons. I'll start with the pros. It's young, it's fresh, it's easy to use. They have a lot of kinks that they need to work on, but whatever. We all got kinks. My whole life is a damn kink. Okay. But I like school because it's user friendly and it's easy to navigate. And I researched a lot of them, the discords, that there were so many, but school just felt fresh. And we
Mm,
all like the fresh thing. I mean, you're in tech, you understand. Everybody likes
yeah.
the fresh thing. So the reason why Apple wins all the time, because they always keep it fresh. They always make you buy a new charger, okay? Because they changed the port. They make you get a new phone because the new camera is better than the old camera. We like fresh things. So I wanted to be connected to something fresh, and school did that for me. And to be honest, I have friends that I've grown up with. I have two best friends, but like having friends that I talk to every day, I really didn't have that. I have associates and colleagues, but I wanted to be able to build with people who are also building. And I got to give you your flowers, Sequoia. Like you say I inspire you, but you also inspire me because like
Aw.
watching you, I'm like, okay, my girl is getting it. It's a constant reminder that I can, even when I'm tired, I'm like I can get it because there are people in a group like you that are being consistent in their ways of being successful, and that energy rubs off on each other. You know what I'm saying? So like I am so grateful for this group. We've already, every single city that I go to, I'm actually meeting the people in the group in real time. Like yesterday I had 4 effectors that worked with me on the tour, and when you see each other, it's like family. Sequoia,
Yeah.
when you first joined, you was at my house.
Literally.
I'm glad you went crazy. Okay.
That's
Um,
what I said. I was like, wait a minute.
but it's a certain energy that the group brings, and I am very strategic, especially in this moment, who enters that group. Like,
Yeah.
because when you start a community, and this is for anybody who wants to start a community, when you start a community, you can define and be whoever it is that you want to be. So when I said I wanted to start a community for entrepreneurs, I didn't want it to just feel like a place where you're like, this is your homework, download this paperwork, do this. I didn't want that. I really wanted people to fellowship and build with one another and build real-time connections. So like the fact that people talk offline, people meet up offline. Portia is raving about how you're helping her with some stuff that she navigates through her business, like building real connections with other entrepreneurs who are also wanting to win. That is a flex, okay? Because these days people aren't really doing that how they say they do, and we're doing it in real time. So that was my little call to action for anybody who is interested in being a part of this incredible group. And I am, I get excited every time we have a call. Every time I think about like who we're going to bring and connect with in the group, but I love it, and I cannot wait to see all of the great things that are going to happen in the group.
How do you keep it from being a ghost town? Because we've all spun off our own communities, and I promise you I'm in your community way more.
It's funny because there's no pressure in the Pinky effect. I think that's what it is. Like, there's no pressure to be there. You know what I'm saying? And also, I also believe that in the Pinky effect, because we're actually meeting in real time, proximity and access to proximity is a flex, right? So for the price point that you pay to be a part of this group, to have the level of access to an entrepreneur who has won a lot, who has failed a lot, who has won a lot again, who has made a lot of money, who has made a lot of mistakes, to have that level of access to somebody where typically that wouldn't be available to you, I think is something that should not be taken lightly. And I think that that's what make people, especially because I'm actually in there too. Like, I'm in there talking
Mhm.
to everybody. Like, I'm Pinky when I'm in the group. I'm not Pinky, this big entrepreneur that has done all these things. I'm not like, nobody is above anybody. Nobody is bigger than the program when you get in the Pinky effect. And I think that is what makes it feel like a safe space. Would you agree?
I do agree with that. And the other thing that I like is it has structure. So, like, we're supposed to be running 2 miles today. I'll do that before midnight. It's been a long day. Right? So we have our challenges that we have. On Mondays, we have motivation. So that's been really great. Tuesdays, different workshops. Wednesdays, going through, keeping us accountable. And like, I feel like that's where I get the most of my value. So even like this, like going back and doing journalism and like the tech fairy and like all these really cool things that have like come out of my past were birthed out of that Wednesday meeting. Right. And so, yeah, I absolutely 1,000% agree with that.
Yes. And I just want to put this on the record that Sequoia was supposed to be on our board and she declined.
Oh, why are we doing that here?
I'm joking. I'm not joking, but I'm joking. But I'm so happy to have you, Sequoia. You are awesome. And you and a few others are the key that keeps this group growing. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And I told you I am there to be an advisor whenever necessary. You know that I have given myself a role. Okay.
Okay. You already have a role. You just didn't want to officiate it, but
That's it. That's it. I don't do structure well. Like I do
you
structure in groups, but once you put a title on me, I go left. I've never been able to keep a job, like literally ever.
that and more without the title. I'm like, girl, what are we doing here? Anyway,
Right, exactly. All that and more, right? It's just the title that like freaks me out. I don't do titles.
but you've been doing incredible. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, thank you. So as we wrap this up, are we gonna give people a little sneak peek of where the next location is, or are we gonna keep that a secret?
So you just gotta follow my post. It's 6:02, so I'm gonna post that by 7 o'clock. Um, but just know it's somewhere very sunny.
It's cold right now where we at, so that could
It's somewhere
be.
very sunny, and some of the biggest artists have come out of this place.
Oh, I think I know. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat.
Some of the biggest artists have come out of this place, but I'm excited. And I'm excited about this sprouting season that we're in. And the sprouting season is really going to be incredible for a lot of entrepreneurs. So on your journey and your pathway to success, just stay locked in. Like, do you know, before we go, Sequoia, I brought the new year in the hospital. My brother-in-law has been in the ICU. He just recently got out. He's in rehab. But I was surrounded by family at the bedside of my brother-in-law who could not open his eyes. But what it made me realize is that you can always come back. Okay? So here it is on December 28th, my brother-in-law could not open his eyes. And today it's been a month and a half later, and he finally opened his eyes, and he's now walking a little bit, but he's walking. So if you are an entrepreneur, just know that on your journey to success, you can always come back. No matter what it looks
Mm.
like, you can always come back. It may look like death today, but it will look like life next week. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but I just was compelled to share that as you navigate and you do all of these things as an entrepreneur, just always keep that in your mind that whatever fumbles or pitfalls you have, you can always come back.
I love that. So for the people who don't know where to find you, which I'd be shocked, Where do they find you?
You can find me in the A. No, I'm joking.
Hey.
I'm tired. You can find me on social media, all handles, Pinky Cole on all social media handles. Follow Slutty Vegan, Slutty Vegan ATL. If you want to franchise a Slutty Vegan, you can go to www.sluttyveganatl.com. If you want to join the Pinky Effect, it is in the link in my bio on all of my social media channels. So find your girl. You know where to find me. I'm not hard to find.
Pinky, we are so grateful for you. So excited to have you. And thank you so much for gracing Simply Built Digital.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.